God says, don't look back. Don't lose sight of the goal that I've set for you. The Father advises, let go of the past. Forgive, release, and bless. As the locomotive clicks down the line, let forgive, release, bless be the staccato pattern of your forward momentum in this big plan I am carrying out on your behalf. According to the Father, your sound in the sky represents development and movement toward destiny. Forgive, release, and bless will propel you forward into the new year and push you toward the newness of life that awaits you. I have seen what you've been through. Your setbacks and wounds have not missed my attention. I say to you, don't let those things bother you, for I'm working with you both to will and do my good pleasure. I am moving my hand right now to heal, restore, and correct, declares the Father. I know how to get through the wilderness, and this is your day to shine. I am bringing you out like the bride from the wilderness who was as terrifying as an army with flags, and you will not leave empty-handed. Your hands will be full of conquest trophies, and the enemy of your soul will fall in utter defeat. What others are saying. I sincerely thank God for the prophets Russ and Kitty. The words that have gone out of your lips, thus saith the Lord, have always been spot on. As I think about the prophetic, I await miracles. May God forever bless these prophets and cover them in Jesus' precious blood. Amen. Jesus says today, I have not called you to be successful, I have called you to be obedient. Your heart's purpose today is to define your life by obeying my voice and allowing me to worry about what success looks like. This is Godspeed acceleration time, so you won't have time to think about the best approach to proceed. You'll need to move quickly and without hesitation. Do not let your mind prevent your heart from overcoming failure and walking in the victory I have given you. You have previously ventured into my country and set out to accomplish exploits, with variable outcomes. Many times, your greatest attempts were a misfire and appeared to fail. All of this is in my hands, so do not rush to judgment. Do you fear making a mistake? Know this, Father, that I will turn your blunders into far more profitable outcomes than what other people do when they believe they have it right. Your life will be like a roller coaster at times, and the G-forces at work will knock many people off the ride. But know this, says the Father, I have my hand on the tiller of your life, and I will keep you safe and bring you success beyond anything you could ever ask or imagine. So do not be scared to make mistakes, because I am with you and will bless all you do. God says today that my goodness directs you to my path for your life. That road is one of expansion, growth, and promotion. Some have waiting for you to fail. Do not let the mockers distract you or the spirit of ridicule deter you. My attention is focused on the broken connections that have burdened you down, and my hand is at work. Make it a point to walk sensibly and judiciously before those who are hostile to you, and do not let them define the agenda for your life through misrepresentations and outright lies. Allow your tongue to cleave to the roof of your mouth while they rant and rave. Refusing to take a step out of love is a step towards failure. My goodness is leading the damaged, broken people in your life to repentance. Set an example before them, says the Father. Be someone who quickly repents and changes.
Modi Sarkar.
Allow change to permeate your thoughts and influence your decisions. Allow the public face of your own life to be one of shame, humility, and reform. Allow me to modify your apologies. Be fast to apologize and don't care about how people will see you. When you protect your reputation before others, you are essentially undermining your credibility in heaven. Man's honor is ephemeral and fickle, but the approval I will bestow on your life will be lasting and unimpeachable as long as you remain submissive and humble in the face of all the enemy's falsehoods. Today, the Father says, set your affections on me rather than on earthly things. Do not be sidetracked by the sights and noises around you, or by tales from individuals who mistakenly believe they are in the know. According to the Father, the majority of the things that people around the world place a great value on are unimportant. My dominion, and nothing else, shapes and ensures your future. As you seek the kingdom, I will trigger the Matthew 6 verse 33 dynamic and add all of the things you have wondered about and prayed for. Make it your life's purpose to be a serious, all-out kingdom seeker today. As you rise each day, determine in your heart to ask yourself, what does seeking the kingdom look like today? Then pursue it with all of your being. In doing so, you will run into the all things being added situation. I will bless you with a blessing that simply foreshadows bigger things to come, for my favor is already abundantly bestowed upon you. Today, God says, set your affections on me rather than on earthly things. Do not be sidetracked by the sights and noises around you, or by tales from individuals who mistakenly believe they are in the know. According to the Father, the majority of the things that people around the world place a great value on are unimportant. My dominion, and nothing else, shapes and ensures your future. As you seek the kingdom, I will trigger the Matthew 6 verse 33 dynamic and add all of the things you have wondered about and prayed for. Make it your life's purpose to be a serious, all-out kingdom seeker today. As you rise each day, determine in your heart to ask yourself, what does seeking the kingdom look like today? Then pursue it with all of your being. In doing so, you will run into the all things being added situation. I will bless you with a blessing that simply foreshadows bigger things to come, for my favor is already abundantly bestowed upon you. God says today that He is leading you with His serenity and joy. Reasoning, logic, and man's knowledge will not get you where I want you to go today. Set away the strict, systematic approach to issue solving that you have previously used. Miracles are irrational. You cannot create the marvels you desire with a slide rule and a calculator. My thoughts are not your thoughts, and my ways go beyond finding out through academic research. To collaborate and align yourself with my plan and purpose, you must first become separated from your sense-ruled mind. In the coming year, your life will undergo a significant transformation. I shall be the creator, but it is up to you to be the initiator by obeying my words. It will be frustrating to feel out of control. Do you place your trust in me? Let me take it from here. Allow me to take you where your head will not go. Allow me to lead you to a place where your heart will soar to the heights of my kingdom. It's time. This is your hour, not another. Trust me, venture beyond your feet and hands, and let your wings carry you aloft in my plans. Today, Jesus says, do not look at the darkness but at the morning spread on the mountains. Dark days come and go, but my faithfulness is the only constant that will shield, protect, and provide for you in every situation. Do not let the enemy's threats or the evil stories of short-sighted men lead you to react or become worried in any way. Am I not like water on a rock? Aren't I the manna every morning? Throughout your life, I will be the cloud by day and the fire at night. I will repel and drive away from you the pestilence that flies at midday and the dread that lurks at night. He who sits in the sky will laugh, declares the Father. Where will you take your seat today? Are you in the observation tower of the natural perspective, which only perceives issues? Did I not say in my word that you should not set any bad thing before your eyes? The bad report is a collection of lies that cast doubt on my character's faithfulness. Failure is not an option when you are with me and I am with you. What's there to worry about? Set aside and completely reject the threat-conscious, fear-based mindset that others are mimicking, and take on my thinking. Allow yourself to have the same mind that I had when I walked the planet. Allow the Christ mind to reveal true clarity in your life today, leading to solutions, victory, and empowerment over any challenge. God says that angels are with you today. Angels have been with you throughout your life, just as they were with the Son at His birth. 1,000 times, you have been spared, protected, and shielded from disaster. They have supported you and intervened when the consequences could have been far worse. Some accidents and assaults were avoided as a result of the intervention of these remarkable creations of God. They congregate around you like they do around the throne, drawn to the glory. Angels are drawn to my magnificence, which I have placed inside of you. When the angels see the brilliance, they exclaim, "Holy, holy, holy." Angels surround my splendor wherever it is discovered. As I stated in my word, I have placed the hope of glory inside of you. As a result, the angels are aware of your coordinates at all times since they attend to the splendor. So open your spiritual senses today so that I might show you the watchful care with which I am looking after you, says the Father. Never let the enemy put filters of self-pity and isolation over you, because they will blind you to my ever-present love that overshadows you moment by moment. The Father states that I have bestowed favor on you not just for spiritual benefit, but also for natural growth. I am teaching you the truth that money moves by the Spirit, and poverty is not part of my value system, says the Father. Heaven does not have a budget, yet addressing your wants is part of my kingdom's financial plan. I will now show you, says the Father, how to handle money in such a way that people will be perplexed and, yes, astounded by the outcomes I bring from your actions of confidence and trust in me in this area. I will break the hand of oppression in the earth, declares the Father. I shall restore to the planet the importance of brotherly love and mutual compassion for those around you. Allow yourself to be the trendsetter, and I will ensure that you are among the first to benefit from the wealth transfer that is now taking place. Others who are restricted by a calculator or a bank balance will shake their heads in bewilderment at the kindness I'm bestowing on you. Give without expecting anything in return, because as you give, I will open the windows of heaven and shower you with blessings you cannot contain. God says today, keep your focus on who I am in your life, not on the distractions around you. I know the path you travel. I am constantly aware of every problem you confront. Do not allow your attention to be diverted away from this problem or that challenge. I am present and will guide you through the entire difficulty. Remember, says the Father, that you are wherever your attention leads you. If you allow yourself to be emotionally harmed by the ups and downs of life, you will continually be on a roller coaster of insecurity. So be anchored in me this day, says the Father. It does not matter what others think or say. They do not have a final influence over your future. Do not let bitter remarks or empty threats take your joy or your peace. If I choose to bless you and offer you serenity, who or what can change that? Set your affections and attention on me this day, says the Father. Know that my inexorable and eternal aim is to ensure that you receive the full benefit of Calvary's sacrifice. Today, the Father advises, make it your goal to leave a lasting impression on those around you. During the holiday season, give without expectation and love without limitations. Find individuals who are burdened and preoccupied by their desires, and offer yourself completely to them. Dare to forgive and ask forgiveness without any indication that you will be accepted. Give of yourself as I did ages ago. Give your acceptance to those who have rejected you, and your approval to those who have misjudged and misrepresented you. Clear the air, says the Father, and release those who have reacted against you and treated you poorly. Pick up the phone, write that card, get your keys, and go make a difference in someone's holiday season. Set the stage for a year of unprecedented breakthroughs and blessings by wiping the slate clean and starting over with each relationship and connection. It's not about what you deserve or who is right or wrong. I realize there are consequences, questions, and unresolved issues, even horrific suffering, that must be addressed, but leave that to me, says the Father. Get into love. Launch into love, says the Father, and I will ensure that you achieve your highest heart's desire. God says today, Press into the pressure that is pressing you because I am bringing you to a new assignment. Many people dedicate their lives to God and say, God, I will go where you want me to go and do what you want me to do. But how many times have I heard that and been refused when the time came? You are one of those who have decisively placed their future in my hands. I peeked into your heart and discovered that you are willing to obey even when under pressure. Are you ready? Says the Father. Are you willing? You are not destined to have a mundane, pedantic religious experience. I've given you hind feet so you can scale the lofty topography of my spirit and perceive things from a different perspective than others. I am releasing you from your fear of heights, says the Father. I will instill in you the audacity to hope, which others would dismiss as assumption and idiocy. But man's ignorance is a definition of the wisdom that comes from deep within my heart. Those things that mankind deems folly will come to fruition and substance in your life, says the Father, through signs, miracles, and wonders. Jesus says today that I am scribing myself in you and writing my tale on the scroll of your life. Even as you were in the Garden of Gethsemane, I prepared a celebration table for you. The hour is almost here, says the Father, therefore rejoice in anticipation. When you screamed out, not my will but thine be done, I took notice and prepared a guaranteed compensation for you. You've carried the cross of obedience when you'd rather do something else, but you know I'm leading you to resurrection power. I will teach you what it means in the scriptures to be seated with Christ in heavenly seats, far above every principality and authority. You will undoubtedly understand what it means to pray with power and speak with audacity, as when the apostles told the Pharisees that they would rather obey God than man. Don't listen to your criticism. Don't listen to people who don't view you the way I do. You are not who they claim you are, and you have not accomplished what they claim. My truth in your life will outlast theirs, says the Father, since my favor is your protection and continual sustenance today. According to Jesus Christ, some people love me with their whole hearts, while others love me with their minds. You are in a phase where you are loving me with your thoughts. You've questioned if you made a mistake or failed in some manner since you haven't felt my presence as much as you used to. This is my design and purpose. You have not done anything wrong. There are times when I withdraw my manifest presence so that I might capture your attention and teach you the revelatory things that you miss when you are distracted by my magnificence. This will not last, says the Father. Relax, open your mind, and delve into my word. There will come a time when those seemingly dry words will transform into living truth and life, and you will see the solutions you have been screaming out for in the past. In some ways, you have underestimated the quality of the mind that I have placed within you, says the Father. There are moments when you wish you could have excelled in your knowledge beyond what you already knew, but it was not because you were unable to learn. I am about to arouse you. I am about to present the epistles to you in a revelatory manner and open the windows of heaven. I will cause the Holy Spirit's breath to fill and flood the room where you are sitting before me. Let me teach you. Allow me to correct your thoughts, guide you, and fill you with my wisdom. I stated the Lord's knowledge will fill all the earth, and my knowledge will fill all of your earth, says the Father, and with the knowledge comes glory, which brings change and wonders. God declares today that you are a worshiper chosen for my courts. Miriam was a worshiper, and I have anointed you to bring forth sacrifices of praise and glory in my home. There is a difference between a true celebrant and a performing spirit, explains the Father. My request to you is to present oblations before me, which constitute the sweet-smelling flavor that motivates my hand to act. As you worship, I act. I act on your behalf, as well as others for whom you pray and care. Worship is not a meaningless religious practice, but rather an act of intimacy in which I bring you closer to me step by step. Miriam was unconcerned about the entertainment value of her timbrel and harp playing. When you worship, mountains move, and opposing armies are destroyed. Destinies and futures are modified when you worship. This is worship as warfare, declares the Father, and I have armed and equipped you for the battle. Even when you're surrounded by fellow believers, open your mouth wide. Open your mouth and sing the kingdom's war hymns. Some of these tunes contain lyrics. Other tunes will emerge immediately from your spirit. I will give you anthems of power and change, says the Father, for that is your share and connection to my kingdom's mission. Jesus says today that joy is yours, and laughing is my gift to you. I give you laughter and lightness of heart as gifts to unleash my pleasure, serenity, and love. I will not let you live without joy. Let go, says the Father. Forgive, release, bless, and move on from previous hurts, disappointments, and scars. My joy is the healing salve that I pour into your injured spirit. Rejoice, says the Father. Rejoice, be joyful, and peaceful. Those troubles and assaults by the enemy against you will be reduced to dust and ashes because I am on the case and provisions have already been prepared on your behalf. The joy I offer, says the Father, is neither anemic or the mirthless laughing of the world. The delight I offer you is like a fountain that springs up from the depths of your being, since it is in those inner recesses that I live, dwell, and exist inside you. Receive the gladness, says the Father. Tell yourself that you will not live without joy. I am pouring you a fresh draught and filling you with the finest vintage of my heart. This joy that I bestow upon you was pounded out on the wine vats of Golgotha and imparted to you by my hand. Drink, says the Father. Drink deeply and laugh. Drink deeply, rest, and rejoice, knowing that I am with you now and there is nothing to worry about. Jesus says today, I am establishing the heart of a servant within you. The Father responds, I am establishing a servant's heart within you so that I can give you a son's reward. I am placing a new mantle of entitlement over you so that you can confidently cling to the promises established by the blood of the cross 2,000 years ago. I stated in my word that you are a living epistle. You are a living epistle penned by my hand. The chapters of your life are not a classical tragedy, but rather a testament to accomplishment, victory, and conquering. So, my child, do not be distracted when many around you fail to serve or be concerned with the Father's business, because the reward is yours, not theirs. I'm sending angelic help to come alongside and open doors of opportunity for you. Allow your life to be poured out like a drink offering, for as you pour out your limitedness and resources, I will pour forth my irreducible and eternal benefits, blessings, and power in a new and broader capacity than you have ever known, says your God. God tells you today that now is the season and time to dream larger dreams. There are some things you've asked for that have taken a long time to come because it's important to hand over the process to me and simply trust me for the results. Allow your heart to stop worrying about how I will carry out the promises I have made and instead trust that they will undoubtedly come true. Keep your eyes on the prize that awaits those who race with faithfulness and fidelity to my purpose and the path I have laid out for them. You have sought and requested, and I have heard you since this is the appointed hour. I shall affirmatively broaden your coastline and expand your bounds. I will teach you to know your region and claim your borders. In those areas of your life where you have felt unfairly constrained and limited, remember that I am not limited and will lift you over the rivers of adversity and rejection. I am not limiting you, but rather enlarging you. I am expanding your spiritual geography and giving you the warrior spirit to go fight the giants and overcome the difficulties to bring you to the pinnacle of my purpose for your life. God declares today that I am ever-present assistance in your time of need. Call on me in times of need, and I will not play games with you. I will answer you, and immediately away. I will not wait, says the Father, so there is no need to flee or attempt to manage the challenges before you with natural knowledge or by delaying action as if I were not present. I am your God, and I am here among you as such. I never sit in front of you as a spectator or distant observer. I have, am, and will continue to act in your protection and favor. So go ahead, rejoice. Go ahead and dance. Go ahead and rest, breathing a sigh of relief, for I am releasing the enemy's pressure and bringing the pressure of my kingdom and my blessing together for you. Can you feel my touch? The touch of my hand is all that is required. I am not a faraway God. I am close to you, with open hands and a receptive heart. Trust me. Expect my kindness to materialize as your portion today. Today, God says, follow me, and I will make you. You will advance from insignificance and questioning to purpose and strength. I plan to use you to battle religious pretense and folly. Be strong and do not hold back. Do not be afraid to use your word and influence on the corrupt situations I am exposing to you. You will expose religious spirits and lead people out of hypocrisy and into a closer relationship with me. I am bestowing upon you a mantle and garment of genuineness and connection. It is not only for you, it will become a tent, even a spiritual firmament, above and surrounding you, where many will seek out and return to new intimacy and contact with me. I'm allowing you to try those who claim to be this or to have this or that gift, and they'll be shown as frauds. This is the day when I will no longer allow my people to be held captive or abused in any form. Open your mouth. Be straightforward and willing. My people will be willing in the day of my power because my power is always given to deliver freedom and liberty to many. This is your share and your authority, so be quick to comply and daring to act, for I am with you and will never abandon or forsake you amid the fray and war. God says today, I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the author and the finisher. I will protect and complete what I have begun in your life. Fear not, says the Father, for my hand is at work to accomplish my good pleasure. My good pleasure is portrayed as your greatest delight and my biggest goal. They are not mutually exclusive. There is no contradiction between my purpose and the things your heart longs for. This day, I'm bringing a new wind into your life. Turn into the current of what I'm doing today and let go of the past. Yesterday's manna will not prepare you for today's struggle, according to the Father. But I have prepared everything you will need to confront today's task. Refuse to let any feelings of weakness or lack cloud your view or lessen your confidence in any way. Those things that I have written in you by my promise will be completed by my faithfulness, and you will not be ashamed or turned away from the purpose that I have placed in your heart. Trust, rest, and go forth with confidence. I am with you before, beside, and within you. I am your stay and buckler, and you will triumph. Jesus declares today, I will make your land a delightful land. I will make you like those who dreamed of all of my glory in this season. Allow my word to serve as the bar for your expectations, rather than previous events. The Father says, I am bringing about change in your life in the areas where it is most needed. As change occurs, things will appear unstable and unpredictable, but do not be alarmed. Trust that the Father trusts and obeys, and you will witness the good and fruitful results of faithfulness and blessing. I place no value on hardship, adversity, or scarcity. That is not what you were taught, nor did the wise advisors of religious authority declare. Know this, says the Father, that those who are unclear regarding my promises do so at their own risk and to the disadvantage of those who are unfortunate enough to listen to their platitudes and rationalizations. Faithfulness is in my nature, and I value my word more than my name. So rely on my word and my promise, and put your expectations in the rarefied atmosphere of unimaginable blessing, because that is exactly what I have planned for you in this season, says the Father. God says, don't look back. Look ahead rather than behind you. The furrows of disappointment and frustration are no longer in front of you. Today, I am transforming you from a plowman to a reaper. Make haste and let go of all disappointment, since disappointment and disillusionment will prevent you from reaching the new level and new purpose that I have already revealed to you. Let go, says the Father. Release the past and embrace the new promise of my purposes in your life. Forget the past. Embrace the glory that is ahead. In doing so, I will cause you, like Enoch, to be drawn into a new geography of spirit that you have never known or seen before, but it is still spiritual territory to which I have granted you the title deed. Jesus stated today that there are no cookie-cutter sons or daughters in my kingdom. I have not called you to look like, act like, or resemble anybody else, says the Father. I have decided that you will display my glory in your own unique and distinct way. The cloak I've made for you will not fit properly unless you reject all false and illegitimate authority that pushes its will or religious agenda on you. Determine in your heart today to be a father-pleaser above all else, and I will lead you to the highways and byways where the true work of the kingdom is done. You will be a threat to the established quo and will face criticism, but listen to my voice, not the voice of another. The truth always triumphs over the lie, and the truth of who I am in you will not only make room for you but also vindicate you as you resolve to do just what you see your Father do. Jesus declares today that your war is over. You've struggled with yourself, debated, and wrestled, but I'm bringing you to a place of peace. You will rest and embark into a fresh and faster period of fruitfulness and blessing. You see, says the Father, in my kingdom, rest is not inactivity. When you enter into the rest that I have provided, the fruits of your labor will be multiplied. Learn this, says the Father. Learn and understand this as the primary dynamic by which I answer prayer and create everything new for you every morning. Set aside your concerns, complaints, and opinions, including those of others. They've said that my word is ineffective. They've created bodies of theology to explain why it's my fault their prayers aren't answered. Reject all such thinking, says the Father. Allow me to be your truth, your life, and your access to greater treasures than a man's limited self-excusing temperament can comprehend. This is your day, says the Father. Your blessed moment has arrived. Jesus explains today that man's currency is a weak and anemic resource in times of adversity. Today, I am making you flush with the kingdom's currency. The wallet I am giving you is not old. The account that you are creating to satisfy your needs is not deficient in any way. The Father declares that this is a new day and a new economy, including the economy of my kingdom. Participate and delight. Partake and relax in the knowledge that I am the provider for all needs, and I am neither on a budget nor stingy with my goodness. In 2014, you will be more dependent on me than ever before. I will ensure that you taste, see, participate, and understand my faithfulness in every aspect of your life. So nestle within the Most High's secret refuge, says the Father. Come without complaint or anxiety. You can leave your worries at the door because I am the God who is competent, willing, and working to fulfill every promise I have made to you in my word. God says, let the heavy burden of self-recrimination be lifted from you today. You are suffering with self-imposed burdens that I have not placed on your shoulders. Allow yourself today to yoke a light burden. This day, I break free from the false balance, weights, and loads placed by the enemy's deception. It is time to silence the echoes of accusations, which have even come from people closest to you. It is time, says the Father, to cleanse yourself of the taint of guilt and harsh words shouted over you. Forgive, release, bless, and ascend to a greater level of liberation from every lie of the enemy, wherever it comes from, even trusted companions. I'm taking you to rest on the threshing floor, says the Father. I am threshing out my earthly purpose and your existence. You will participate in the harvest and rest in the garner while I collect into safety everything precious about which you have been so concerned. Cast your care on me, says the Father. You are closer to deliverance and breakthrough than you realize. God tells you that my name, Jehovah Rapha, your healer, will be known in your life. I have committed with you to provide deliverance not just spiritually but also physically. Your body was not designed for illness, suffering, or disease. This day, I say peace be still to your body. May the storm of tension and debilitating ailments subside and restoration occur. I am repairing your health and will provide healing via you. The good news of your physical recovery through the blood of the cross will be the gift you are empowered to share with others. Miracles, signs, and wonders in the physical body will become your familiar surroundings, according to the Father. Prayers for healing will be met by God's fire to recover and redeem physical bodies beginning today. Don't be afraid to pray or stand on my promises for yourself and others. This is your portion, and this is the aspect of my character that you will plant like a seed in the hearts and lives of others, and they will partake and be regenerated from head to toe. God declares today that I am completing all righteousness in your life. Did you listen to what I said? Not just some, not just a portion, but I am completing all righteousness in your life and bringing you full entitlement from my throne. Even John the Baptist, who was baptized in the Jordan, hesitated to participate in my entitlement process. Do you recall what I said to John when he resisted? Allow it to happen to satisfy all righteousness. Do you realize that what John saw was not his cousin, but rather the glory of God in me at that time? I have invested that same glory in you. The Christ anointing is in you in substance today, says the Father, just as it was in me that day and continues to abide in me. If John could see who I am in you, he would understand that he is unworthy to touch what I have placed within you. I have given you the Christ anointing so that you may reach the full measure of my greatness on earth in this generation. Are you ready? Be prepared to endure many things and implement numerous processes that have nothing to do with your position before me but are necessary to carry out my mission through you on earth. Give me radical cooperation today. If you refuse to obey, says the Father, I will manifest my glory and bring my delivering hand into every part of your life and the lives of countless others. God tells us today that your responsibility is to attend to your Father's business. During my earth walk, I did not wait for total maturity or the chance to get involved in the Father's business. I was still a small lad when I bravely conveyed my Father's wisdom to the same ones who would conspire to kill me. Stop waiting for the perfect moment or maturity. Waiting and watching for the ideal opportunity will rob you of your testimony and deprive you of the early wins that are yours from my hand. It is time to step up, says the Father. It's time to abandon caution and refuse to be a careful failure. Timidity is not a virtue when a breakthrough is just a breath away. Do not succumb to intimidation or the considered opinion of people who have never and will never support actions of brazen faith. Failure is not an option, says the Father. I am with you, and I will never leave you. Be bold and courageous, and you will win today, leaving the enemy in disgrace and defeat. God declares today that I will let you know the day of your visitation. This day, I open the heavens above you and burst the springs of the deep beneath your feet. I announce today that as you petition, you shall decree. As you decree, so will you declare. The angels allocated to you from your mother's womb always see my face as an affirmative response to your heart's cry. I have come this day, says the Father, to sit like a refiner's fire and fuller's soap, and I will fully purge and cleanse you before bringing you to rest on my threshing floor. I will remove the taint of fear and disbelief and offer you the good news of my provision, love, and undeserved favor toward you. I will cause you to see my face because I have prepared a home for you here, where you will find consolation, security, and stability that no man can take away from you. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel.